Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a brand new explainer on Chapter 4 of the 10-part MLOps Mastery Program. And look, we're really shifting the paradigm here, moving away from thinking about machine learning as just some isolated data science project and treating it as a strict, non-negotiable IT operational mandate. If you've ever been tasked with actually bringing AI into production at an enterprise scale, well, you already know it takes way more than just writing a clever algorithm. You absolutely need a resilient, automated infrastructure to back it up.
So, we're unpacking this really comprehensive guide developed by Virtualization Options LLC. They're a Colorado-based technology research, education, and advisory group, and this 2025 edition tutorial is designed explicitly for IT management. It's all about helping you build those crucial automated bridges required for real enterprise-scale AI.
Here is our architectural blueprint for today. We're going to run through the MLOps production gap, assess MLOps maturity, talk about automating CI/CD pipelines, look at proactive ML model monitoring, and finally, wrap up with implementing governance as code.
All right, let's jump straight into Part 1, the MLOps production gap.
We're going to start with a massive reality check, and this perfectly illustrates why MLOps requires immediate IT leadership, instead of just being treated as a research endeavor. Check this out. An eye-opening analysis from Algorithmia found that 55% of ML-active businesses hadn't deployed a single model to production. Not one. And on top of that, 18% required over 90 days just to get a deployment out the door. That is a massive production gap. It just proves that creating the model isn't the bottleneck, right? Operationalizing it is. And that complexity is exactly what IT has to solve.
The crucial takeaway here is that the actual ML model, that clever algorithm your data scientists are always so proud of, it's actually the absolute smallest piece of the puzzle in a real-world system. This was actually established in a pretty landmark paper on hidden technical debt. All that surrounding infrastructure, things like data verification, configuration, the serving infrastructure, CI/CD pipelines, security, governance, all of that belongs squarely in IT's domain. You just can't delegate the whole shebang to your data scientists. So to manage all that surrounding infrastructure, IT has to own 4 core mandates, setting the foundation for every architectural decision we're talking about today. First up, reproducibility, making sure every single experiment and deployment is totally traceable. Second is robustness, building systems that degrade gracefully and, actually recover automatically. Third, observability, having that complete end-to-end visibility from raw data all the way to live predictions. And fourth, security and compliance, ensuring governance is embedded at every single pipeline stage, not just bolted on at the very end like an afterthought.
Moving right along to Section 2, assessing MLOps maturity.
Before we go building out pipelines and trying to hit those 4 mandates, we need a diagnostic baseline. We have to know exactly where our infrastructure stands today. Using Microsoft Azure's industry reference framework, you can clearly see this dangerous progression from level 0 to level 4. And honestly, most enterprises are still sitting around level 1 or 2. Level 0, that's just manual notebooks. It's essentially an IT security nightmare carrying a critical risk. Level 1 is where you at least have DevOps for your software, but the ML side is still entirely manual, so still high risk. Then, as we move to level 2, we get into automated training. Level 3 finally introduces automated deployment and serving. And then level 4 is the holy grail, right? Full MLOps with continuous improvement, automated rollbacks, and governance as code.
Okay, Section 3, automating CI/CD pipelines.
Let's look at how this builds into the physical architecture of continuous integration and continuous deployment to actually move us up that maturity ladder. There are 5 exact sequential stages for an ML continuous integration pipeline. Step 1, codelin and unit tests, basically static analysis gates on all pipeline code. Step 2 is data validation, schema checks and data quality assertions before any training even kicks off. Step 3 is reproducible feature engineering and training, locking in those pinned library versions. Step 4 is your ultimate safety net, the evaluation gate. This is where hard thresholds like maximum P99 latency or fairness deltas can completely block promotion. And finally, Step 5, pushing a signed artifact bundle to the model registry. This bundle has everything: a dataset snapshot, the code hash, hyperparameters, and the model binary itself.
And then, immediately following CI, the continuous deployment pipeline takes the wheel with 4 key stages. First, an automated or maybe manual registry promotion gate. Then you do a canary or shadow deployment, routing maybe 5 to 10% of traffic to the new model just to compare predictions. Third, you run rigorous integration tests to check end-to-end latency and throughput in a staging environment. And lastly, the production cutover. Now, this is critical. This step absolutely must include automated rollbacks if error rates spike or latency breaches your SLAs within the first 30 minutes.
Now for Section 4, Proactive ML Model Monitoring.
So, once it's deployed, you might think you're done. But conventional application performance monitoring, your standard APM tools are completely blind to ML-specific failures. You have to actively watch out for two invisible failure modes, data drift and concept drift. Data drift, sometimes called covariate shift, happens when your input feature distributions shift away from your original training baseline. But concept drift? That one is even trickier. That's when the fundamental underlying relationship between your inputs and expected outputs changes entirely. To actually combat these drifts, IT teams have to implement specific statistical tests as a first line of defense against silent degradation. We're talking about things like the KS test, the Population Stability Index, and Jensen-Shannon divergence. Also, once you hit maturity level 3 or higher, you need a mandatory operational cadence of sampling-based audits. You have to reconcile your online features against offline computations. Oh, and don't forget cloud costs. Tracking cost per inference is a massive 2025 operational standard to make sure your ML infrastructure expenses don't just spiral out of control.
And finally, Section 5, Implementing Governance as Code.
In today's regulatory landscape, you absolutely cannot bolt compliance on at the end of the line. It's got to be embedded as code throughout the entire lifecycle. We can seamlessly map the 5 governance gates from the 2025 IEEE GAAP framework right onto an automated timeline. Check this out. Minute 1 is the data gate for PII detection and schema validation. Minute 5 is the training gate for bias checks. Minute 15 is the validation gate enforcing fairness thresholds. Minute 20 hits the release gate for human oversight, and minute 30 is the operations gate for drift alerts. This completely proves that compliance can happen in minutes, natively inside the pipeline, instead of taking months of painful manual audits.
And why is this so critical right now? Well, because global regulations, like the EU AI Act, are a reality today. For high-risk AI systems, emitting signed, tamper-evident artifacts at every single pipeline gate isn't just a nice IT best practice anymore. It's quite literally a legal requirement. These systems require conformity assessments, human oversight, and post-market monitoring. I mean, think about it. Trying to rework a massive system for compliance after it's already built? It is unbelievably costly and will completely derail your product approvals. Embedding it from day one is simply not optional anymore.
So based on this architectural blueprint we've just unpacked from Chapter 4 of the MLOps Mastery Program, I want to leave you with a critical question to take back to your enterprise architecture today. Where does your organization truly stand on the MLOps maturity model? Are you still relying on manual notebooks stuck down at level 0? Or are you actually ready to build the automated bridges required for enterprise AI? The technology is absolutely there. It is time for IT to take ownership. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.